So it's this lady named Ashley Dalton, I believe her name is. Let me see. Ashley. Yeah, Ashley Dalton. Have y'all ever heard of Ashley Dalton? So Ashley Dalton is a woman that apparently got a YouTube channel. Yeah, she got a YouTube channel and she basically teach other women how to get rich men or how to get men to take care of them. Shout out to Bitcoin Brown. Yeah, we gonna do things off the cuff over here. Let me show you what her main picture looked like. This is the picture that she got on Amazon or that she got on the internet for her Amazon store. This is what she looked like right here. That one is a little blurry, but in a general sense, this is what she looked like, right? And my algorithm, she hit your algorithm too, Nurses Ain't Nice, out of nowhere. Yeah, for some reason, YouTube is promoting her all of a sudden. I think that y'all gonna start seeing her soon. But basically, she gives women advice. She is black and she gives women advice on how to get rich men or whatever. And so it was this one woman that came up on her platform and she was talking about how she lost this rich Jamaican or African or Nigerian guy or something like that. So I wanted to review this. Nothing showing, Chef? What? What is going on out here? You said you sent a couple super chats and ain't nothing showing, Chef. I apologize about that, Chef. I don't know why. Shout out to my dog, Chef Shapino. Hey, I still got them sneakers too. I'm bringing them into my new spot that I got that I'm moving into a month from now here in downtown Detroit. But yeah, this is her. Her name is Ashley Dalton, apparently. And she's teaching young girls on how to get a rich man. Shout out to you, Chef. I appreciate you. Check it out. Just look at it. Check it out. I'm going to play it. It's kind of long, but I think that y'all going to get the point. This after hours. We do what we want to do over here.
Oh my God. Okay. I just came from the gym. There's not even lotion on my face. So please. Okay. My dog wants to say hi to y'all. So I've been listening to you, been listening to share like
I don't know if she got some stuff that was sucked out of the side of her stomach or what. But that chick is built like a Coke bottle Betty Boop for real in real life, yo. For real.
daily, right? Did all of the things. Before I even get started, like one thing I had to work on is my own emotions. Like I know that I have to like figure that out. I've been in therapy, I'm divorced, whatever. So I live in the Washington, D.C. area. Met this guy. He lives an hour away from me in Baltimore. He's definitely in the 1%. We're both Nigerian. He comes out the gate like talking about his expectations. And he asked me, what do I want? Like he tells me he has a list. You know, he asked me, what do I want? And I just said an unlimited Amex. Like I felt like that was just, you know, I can cover everything else, right? So he was like, okay, fine.
You told him when he set his expectations, you just said flat out unlimited Amex to him.
Yes.
Shout out to Antonio. I'm going to definitely be reading that super chat shortly, big dog. Shout out to Antonio Watkins. This girl right here said that she met a rich Nigerian that was in the 1%. And he asked her, you know, I guess, what is it that she wants? And she says an unlimited Amex. Listen to it. Y'all play it. Y'all hear what it is that she got to say.
Because his vibe is like he really wants a support, you know, like a wife, kind of like all the things, like a really feminine, submissive woman, right? He's very clear about what he wants. He's divorced as well. So he was just telling me what he wants, like straight up. He wants like 2 more kids, you know, just like literally listing things.
Two more kids. He wants 2 more. So he already has children.
Yes, he does have kids. So he's not that much older than me though. And like, I feel like usually hypergamous relationships work with people who are much older than you. He's 6 years older than me. So I didn't know if the age gap was like big enough, but he was really into me. So I went with that. We went on several dates. The first date, he came to me. Again, we live an hour away. The second date, I agreed to go to him. The third date, he was supposed to come to me, but something happened. He was just getting off a plane. I was just like, oh my God, I could come to you. I shouldn't have done that. I went to him. Fourth date, he's like, okay. He sends me the link for the place. It's beautiful. I look at the address. It's where he's at. And
Shout out to Chef. Chef says, I'm just testing a 50 ball. Look at Chef. Good God, Chef. I don't usually do this for the after hour show, but I gotta show love to Chef. I'm gonna be reading that super chat shortly. Give me a second. So, in a general sense, thank you, Chef Shapino. Shout out to Antonio Watkins, everybody that's viewing. I appreciate y'all. Hit a like for the algorithm. So basically, she's saying that she met a rich Nigerian, and now she's trying to figure out how to stay with him and keep him in after 3 or 4 dates. Now, in my opinion, this woman looks like, well, we in after hours. Can we be for real? In my opinion, this woman don't look like the type of chick that could snag a rich Nigerian. But I could be wrong. I could be off. But again, she's going on Ask Ashley, and Ashley teaches them how to keep great men, how to keep men that are in the 1%, the top men apparently, from what I've seen. Let's continue to watch.
I was like, I can't come to where you are. Like, he's like, why not? I was like, I have a nail in my tire. The next day, he replaced it. He like tells me to go to the spot over the phone, pays for 4 brand new tires, right? So I'm like, okay, perfect. I could come to you. That's fine, right? That night, he asked me to be his girlfriend. Elated. I'm like, everything I've been doing is perfect. Like, I love it. I'm so happy. Like, I feel comfortable in the idea of having, not, I don't want to say transactional relationship. Like, I was kind of judging myself at a time for like wanting this hypergamous relationship and not wanting to like fall in love and like Disney story and all that kind of stuff. I was judging myself, but I think I'm more comfortable in like knowing what the expectations are, knowing what you're going to give, what I'm going to give, right? So as he's asking me to be his girlfriend, he's again listing out his expectations. It's like Ashley, he's like, you have to stay in the gym, you have to learn how to cook.
I'm listening to y'all in the chat. I'm listening to y'all in the chat. She said after the 4th date, she had a nail in her tire. She couldn't come to him. He sent her to the spot. He bought 4 new tires. He's an older man. He's rich. He got money. And then he asked her to be his girlfriend. Now, personally, I'm going to tell you what I smell right now. Hey, Chef, this is what I smell right now. You know what I smell? I smell cap. I smell cap all day, every day. I smell cap. Yo, I mean, this very much could be true. The way that she going into the story and she being extra descriptive and she's overly explaining what it is that she's going through. Man, listen, bro, you can't get $13 out of me on no date, on no 4th date. She said that this Nigerian rich man picked her big head up, bought her 4 new tires. Shout out to Kojak. And she's telling her story about her meeting this rich man and becoming his girlfriend. I just want to bring y'all up to date for the people that just came into the show.
My traditional food because we're both Nigerian, and other things. I'm like, okay, cool, cool. He asked me again, what do I want?
What are the other things? Just go down the list. Stay
Damn,
in
I
the
don't
be fit.
remember. I don't remember everything because they were kind of basic, honestly. They weren't like crazy, but the only 2 things that stood out was like my weight or like staying in the gym, his favorite soup, and don't be clingy. Sometimes he comes back from work, he just wants his own space. Like he literally said that he was just like, you don't have to be all in my face. Go watch Netflix, go shopping, do whatever you want. Like that's what he said. And I'm like, okay,
So she won an unlimited Amex, and he won't peace her to stay in the gym and all of that. Let me also give her a little bit of credit because y'all looking at her as the version of her talking to this Ashley chick. A lot of these women, they do witchcraft on their face, so we don't know what her body look like. I'm telling you, a lot of these women do witchcraft on their face, and they could look like an entirely different woman. So you looking at her how the way she look at right now, but they throw a wig on, and then they throw a bunch of makeup on, and they do witchcraft, and they're excellent. I mean, they could absolutely be, costume and design on a set of something. And I don't know what her body looks like. She don't look like the type of woman that can talk at all in a room full of rich men. So it's not like they would be keeping her around or nothing. So let's assume for the sake of the conversation that everything that she's saying is not cap. Let's assume, shout out to Randy, shout out to Reed, AR, Angry Snowman. Let's assume for the shout out to Megan, let's assume that everything that she's saying is not cap. All right, Tamara, let's go with it.
so he's leading with money. Okay, he's always talking about money, right? Awesome. So that night, like I hadn't slept with him, like even with the tires and everything, I hadn't slept with him until he asked me to be his girlfriend. I sleep with him.
Mm, mm,
I,
mm,
I,
mm.
I
Oh, so that's the oldest trick in the book, honey. The
oh,
oldest trick. He get you, gotcha. He
I
get
think
you, gotcha.
see, this is what I feel. Okay, all right. I think I already know what you're about to say. But so the next day, like he asked me to work from home from his place, which I love because he has like a beautiful like penthouse, like overlooking the harbor. It's gorgeous. Like who doesn't want to work from there? That day too, he loves my dog. My dog loves him. My dog loves the place. It was great. Like he let the dog sleep in the bed, and everything. It was fine.
He let the dog sleep in his bed. All right, so I'm gonna do two things on this breakdown right here. All right. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you my insight from my limited, humble experience, and the second thing is I'm gonna react to what it is that they saying. Number one, ladies, I know y'all think that y'all dog is cute. It's not cute to us. Like we may tolerate it. Some certain men that are not of a certain status will tolerate it. But if your fucking dog is looking you in the face and trying to get in the bed, you are a no-go. And listen, I don't even like women with animals. I don't like women with pets. I don't like pets around me. None of that shit. I know you think your dog is cute. You know the first thing that I think of when I see somebody with a cat or a dog, honestly? You know the first thing I think of when I see somebody with a cat or a dog is that I'm not eating their food. It's got to be some hair in their food. The first thing I think of if I see somebody with a cat or a dog is I believe that it's hair in the food and that they not clean and that they didn't wash their hands while they was cooking. That's the first thing that come to my mind. I don't know any guy that will sleep with you, especially that is in the top 1%, and then also on top of it, they gonna let the dog sleep in the bed with them. So that's my initial thought with this whole thing.
Which I, thought he was not gonna like that because my dog sleeps with me, but it was fine. So as like I have
You love your dog. I say fuck your dog. Straight up.
my own business. So I'm on calls in the morning. He came from the gym. I heard him come and leave. He texted me that he left. And I was going to say to him, like, can you leave the card on the table in case I want to go out and get lunch or something like that?
Okay, so just so we're clear about where we are with the story, you go to his house the night he decides to make it official. You're his girlfriend. You finally cross that line. You have said you are intimate. The next morning you wake up. He's on a call.
I'm looking at y'all reactions as we watching this. I'm literally looking at y'all on the big screen. I'm looking at y'all on the screen right there. All right. So I just want to let y'all know that I'm looking at y'all on the screen. I got y'all on the 75-inch right there, right in front of me. So I can see what y'all reaction is as y'all looking at my reaction. All right.
You're in the gym. You got to stay fit. You come back upstairs. He's about to head out. So you're like, hey, babes, you can call him babes now because you guys are together. Can
Nope.
you leave the card on the table? This is where we are in the story.
This is where we are, but except for it's switched. I'm already on the call. I wanted to say to him to leave the card on the table, but I was on a call. So, like, he
Think about what she's saying, y'all. She said she want to tell him, again, this is training for hoes that are trying to get rich men and trying to keep them. She's saying that her initial say when he asked her, hey, what do you want in a relationship? For those of y'all that's just coming in here, she says, I want an unlimited Amex. The nerve of you bitches, okay? We in after hours. We just gonna get straight to it. This ain't the Anton Daniels channel. We know we get a little bit extra on that one. This certainly ain't the Millionaire Morning
didn't.
Show.
He just texted me.
Certainly ain't the Millionaire Morning Show. So we try to keep it 100% PG for the churches and the daycares in the daytime. But the nerve of you bitches that say you want an unlimited Amex when you first get into a conversation with a dude. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You do not tell anybody that you want an unlimited Amex, so you basically just you a gold digger. And so now she's saying that after she slept with him for the first time, that she wanted to ask him to leave the Amex on the table so she can go fucking shopping. Yo, I got on my Burberry boots right now. I love these. These are the best boots ever, right? These are my Burberry boots. I went and got 2 pair. I love these boots. I'm about to go put on my Yeezy slides, but I'm gonna let this play out a little bit so y'all can hear this. I'm about to go put on my Yeezy slides.
That he was leaving because he didn't want to like come into the camera where I was at. So he just texted me, you know, have a good day, whatever. And so I didn't get a chance to ask him for anything. Ashley, this man is kind of intimidating to me, okay? He has like a very fancy house, not to sound like ratchet or anything, but you know how you pull out the trash can and it has like either trash or recycling? He has like 4 different compartments. So and also, I mean, I'm not like a cleaner or whatever. Like, he has a chef, he has a maid, he has like a designer, he has like all of the things. So I don't really know exactly where I fit in to this, and we'll just put a pin in that. But I didn't really.
Before you go further, it sounds like you're saying you don't feel like you're enough for him. That's what that sounds like
You said you want to see the other color of your car? Yeah, I get it for you.
to me, but we can keep going before we go back to that.
Maybe
Go ahead.
that I'm not gonna throw that out. Like I kind of talked to my therapist about this a little bit too, and they feel like I don't think I deserve. I feel like I don't deserve this, which I don't think is inaccurate as well. I think I just did all the things. I usually look cuter than this, I know, but like, you know, I feel like whatever. So I'm just in his house, kind of feeling nervous. Like nervous. I think like he makes me nervous.
Hey, she says she usually look cuter than that. Hey, I usually look cuter than this. Cap, stop the cap. So these are the tan ones. So instead of rocking Timberlands, these is like they kind of like rain boots, but then I use them in construction, so I'll be on the sites and stuff like that. And so this is what the inside of them look like. And then this is the bottom of it. So they're like $800-900 a pair. And then these are the black ones. And then the black ones got like a purple in them. And then that's the bottom of them. Kind of dirty, but yeah, I usually wear the black ones or the tan ones. I don't wear Timberlands anymore. But she said that she usually look better than that. That's bullshit. But let's continue.
He's very intimidating.
I agree, Lance. Timberlands is trash.
He's like a big boss, whatever. He calls me. I'm actually in therapy, and he's just like, "Oh, what's up? How was your day?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm about to leave." He was like, "Oh, I wanted you to stay." And then I was like, "Well, I haven't showered yet." He's like, "Ew."
The link to the Discord, Seminole. Shout out to the Chasers. The link to the Discord is in I'm gonna get rid of the Facebook group completely. We only gonna rock with the Discord. We going with the new shit. Yeah, these is Burberry. The link to the Discord is in the description of any of the most recent videos inside of the Patreon.
And we're like joking around. So I hang up the phone, and then after therapy, I decide maybe I shouldn't leave because he said he wanted me to stay, right? So I eat my leftovers from dinner the night before and take a shower, and like I'm just watching Netflix. He comes in like hesitantly to the room and like is pissed or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, maybe he had like a bad day at work. I'm not going to get in my head about it because, you know, I have anxiety. I'm just like, okay, let me just not even think too much about it. He goes downstairs. He's like, oh, I didn't know you were going to be here, stuff like that. And I was just like, oh, like, you know, I thought, I mean, I don't remember what I said, to be honest. He's like, well, I have like jerk chicken downstairs. So he goes down. I'm like, I'm not, naturally, I want to go down and be like, how was your day? Da, da, da. But I didn't. I just stayed in the room because he was saying that he doesn't like all of that after work. So he comes back upstairs, gets in the bed.
I think that one of the reasons, if this is true, shout out to Hellcat Black, if this is true, what the fuck are you still doing at my crib? What are you doing at my crib, man? He was angry because you taking up his personal space. If I was to ever be single, and I say this all the time on the Anton Daniels channel when we on the panel on the Q show on Monday nights, if I was to ever be single, I don't believe that I would ever actually live with anybody ever again. I have to have my own space. I got to have my own office, my own studio. I got to have my own condo and penthouse. Now, I'm gonna you can still have your own space too. But I'm not really sure that I feel comfortable with you spending the night with your dog coming over my crib. And then I get home and you acting like you still there. I'm not for that. I would kind of be annoyed also. I don't think that these women really understand what come along with being with a really great guy. We'll get there.
And falls asleep like immediately, right?
So, so not even acknowledging like, hey, babe, come cuddle next to me. Like he doesn't grab you. He doesn't
Nah, I don't want no fucking scarecrow next to me. Get the hell out of here. Let me get some water.
touch
No,
you.
no, we cuddle, but he like, I go over to him and cuddle with him,
Okay, so
and
he gets it.
he
No, no, no. So I'm asking. There's a reason I'm asking this. So he gets in the bed, almost turns his back to you, and
no,
you're laying there, or
no, no, no.
he. Okay, go ahead.
It was
Amir,
fine. It was normal. It was normal.
Amir Taylor, you said the post nut is so real. It's so real. It's so real.
It was normal. Okay.
But he falls asleep though quite quick. He asked me like if I was still watching the thing. He changes the channel and falls asleep. And then in the morning, like in the middle of the night, we like huddle. He pulls me to the, stuff like that. But he doesn't like initiate sex with me or anything like that. In the morning, it's like he woke up, like he opened his eyes and put his feet on the floor in like the same motion. And then I was kind of in and out of sleep, thinking maybe he went to the bathroom, but he just never comes back. And I was just like, okay. So I texted him.
Comes back. He just so he got up out the bed at his usual time because it sounds like he has a routine.
Yeah,
He got up, got himself together, and walks out his house and just leaves you in the bed. Doesn't say anything to you.
nothing,
It's over.
nothing.
That means that he about to get you up out of there. He trying to figure out how to get you the fuck up out of there. He too nice. He too nice. Let me give y'all a couple of hints in the middle of this. Guys that work a lot, guys that are high powered, guys that I know y'all not gonna want to hear this, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyway because the ladies need real coaching from people that actually understand guys that got a lot of value, right? Ladies, again, this is after hours. I'm gonna be completely different on the Millionaire Morning Show than I am on here. Guys that are very high powered, that are very productive, that get to it. Let me tell you what we like. We like head. All of that cuddle shit, that's after I get my nut off. Guys that are busy, listen, I'll bust you down. All of that, all of that extra working every single night. You know what I'm saying? In order to bust you down, that's for, in my opinion, I could be wrong. That's for broke niggas. That's for dudes that's trying to make sure that they got a place to stay in the morning. That is not for dudes. Listen, I'm going to do it just because I love getting it off and I love to perform and I'm a performance acrobatic type of person. But dudes that want to do all of that extra, doing all of that shit, that's for niggas that ain't got no money. That's a nigga that's trying to make sure that he got a place to stay in the morning. That's not me. Don't fucking cuddle with me before first proposing to put your face in my lap. Now, I may reject you. I may say, are we going to go after hours or are we going to go after hours? I may reject you. I may say, I don't feel like it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But usually I want to cuddle after I get head. Not before. Not before. After. After. And let me give you another caveat, a cherry on top of that too. I need you to catch all of it. Listen, I don't want that shit on me. I don't want it on me. Get all of that shit. Like catch the whole thing. Don't. That's a sure way to get you removed off of the call log if you not catching the whole thing. If you want to sit here and play games and go back and forth and trying to figure out what you want to do with it, if you don't know how to handle it correctly, that's a sure way to get you off the call log. Listen, I'm going to teach you how to keep the man that you really want. I'm going to teach you on after hours how to keep the man that you really want. Not all of that extra stuff, not all of this extra cuddling and everything like that. I'm going to show you how to keep the man that you really want. All of that prissy and all of that stuff, that ain't got nothing to do with what really come down to the brass tacks. Am I wrong, fellas? Hey, chat. Am I wrong, fellas, or no? Am I giving them the game or no? All of that extra stroking and trying to figure it out and breaking your back down, that's cute. That's for a younger man that absolutely positively wants to show you how much he loves you because he's trying to make sure that he got a roof over his head and that you can give your half of the rent. That's for niggas that go 50-50 with you. For dudes that go 50-50 with you, they gon' work much, much harder. But for niggas that really get it, and I ain't got a lot of time in between my schedule, I'm gonna need to reject the head, and then I may want to cuddle as I snore when I go to sleep. Let's continue.
So I feel like I was asleep though. He thought I was asleep. So, and I kind of was in and out of sleep. And so I texted him, "Are you at the gym?" Like I packed up all my stuff ready to go because I was like, maybe I'm like annoying him or something like that.
Don't text
So
me.
like being here for too long.
How you want to talk? You want to talk in text like we broke.
I don't know. So I was just like, let me just get my shit. So I texted him, "Hey, I'm leaving." And then he was kind of upset that I was leaving without saying goodbye to him or whatever. But it all was cool still, right? So yeah, I'm also because he was like, "Oh my God, you were snoring so much." He sent me like a gif of like whatever, this ugly snoring person. And I was like, who took a picture
And this hoe was snoring. She didn't know she had sleep apnea. Come on, man. She don't fit the bill. She don't fit the bill,
of you
bro.
sleeping? It was funny. We were just joking around. What?
I don't. He seems like a very particular guy. Like for him to joke about the bath thing, for him to joke about the snoring thing, it sounds like he likes his woman like he only wants to see a woman in this cookie cutter form.
Facts.
I could be wrong, but he doesn't want to see that too soon. It's a lot of things I want to say, but I'll let you keep going.
And so basically,
Listen. Every guy, not just the guys that got a lot of money, not just the top 1%. Every single guy wants to see the best of you. Y'all think that we love you because when we get home, we get to see y'all with y'all bonnets on. It's not true. It's not true. For some reason, you think that we want to see y'all pooting and farting and using the bathroom with the door open because we comfortable together. No, that's for the dudes that's trying to make sure that you get your half of the rent up. That's for dudes. Shout out to you. I appreciate you for the super chat. Shout out to my dog Mac Mean. My dog Mac Mean. I love my dog Mac Mean's platform. Shout out to Mac Mean True Story. Make sure y'all go check out his stuff. Ryan Isaac, absolutely. Y'all think that we love to see y'all in y'all natural form. No, we want to see the best of you. We want to see you the same way that you was when you was trying to meet us and you was trying to get our attention at the bar. No, you got it all wrong. Yes, we want to see you with Vaseline on your face, lips moisturized, want you in the shower. Every time we want to do something with you, you got to go and try to get yourself together. Now, I'm going to need for you to be together and prepared before I even get there. The same way that you was prepared because you knew that you was about to get dug out the first time that I met you and you had that overnight bag with you. You was already prepared and you was looking forward to it. I need you to have that same energy, if not more energetic, by the time that I started paying attention to you and we come home to you. And that's not a rich man's thing. That's a regular guy's thing. Every guy wants you to put your best foot forward, and it's the effort. It's the effort.
basically, I was very dumb, very, very, very dumb. And I thought everything was
Shout out to
cool.
my
And he had
dog,
already
ABL. ABL, shout out to you. I need all of the effort, ABL. I need everything. I want everything that you got every single day. I want you putting your best foot forward. Best foot forward every day. Moisturize. Keep on being ashy. Knees all crackling. Elbows ain't right. Every single time you touch me, it cut my skin open because I'm sensitive. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to be very, very, very intentional with what it is that you're doing. Show me the best of you. Show me the best of you. Be very, very careful. Don't listen. Don't burp around me. Keep on opening your mouth. I don't want to see that shit. You keep that. Say that for the nigga that you got to put half of the rent with. Don't sleep. Don't bring that shit with me.
He sent me like a card to use for something else. And so I asked him if I could use it for another thing. And like the messaging was just like, after that was just sparse. And then finally the next day he like was like, he sent me a very long message about how um things were kind of like how he didn't like what things looked like when he got home. He like I didn't tell him that I was still there. And that
Shout out
asking
to
for to use
Azrael.
his card was very selfish.
This hoe said I asked him to use his car. Hold on, listen. Remember, for the people that just came in, this is a woman. Ashley is the woman that's coaching these women on how to keep a high value man. All right.
He like I didn't tell him that I was still there. And that asking for to use his card was very selfish. And that he doesn't think it's gonna work. And I got really upset, like very upset. And I was like, I hope nobody treats their daughters like this. You had sex with me. You got what you wanted, and now you're just making up shit. Like literally, like I popped off. And I regret having done that. He was still going back and forth with me a little bit.
She popped off on a rich nigga. She popped off on a rich one. That's what she said. That's what she said it, not me. She said she popped off on a real one. She popped off on a rich one. She said, I hope you ain't see you had sex with me. I hope you don't treat your daughters like this. Hey man, when y'all gonna let him be for the streets? She wanted to use his car. She wanted to use the Amex. She thought, listen, she thought that her box, her box was gonna save her from the exit door.
Trying to say like he doesn't need to, manipulate women for sex. Like women are all, which is true. It's true. But I was just mad and I was just saying shit. So my question is, girl, I apologize because my therapist is male. And so my therapist was like, girl, you're tripping. So I was just like, telling him stuff. He was like, well, what would it feel like to, tell him? So I like sent him an apology text. Like, I'm sorry for saying all of that. I should have never brought up his daughters ever, ever. And like, whatever. So
Toes is
I
wild.
I sent that, but I didn't hear from him. And so I'm
Block.
wondering if I should like call him or if I should just drop it.
It's over.
You should drop it.
Okay.
It's time to move on, and you could take it like as a learning experience. I'm not gonna say a learning lesson, but a learning experience. And a man like that, I think men who are wealthy, men who have a lot of money, are very particular. I'm not gonna say all, but I'm gonna say most. Some of them, I'm not gonna say all of them, may want you to be up before they
Y'all wild in the chat, yo.
get up. So he may want you to get out the bed before he gets out the bed, done up, hair done, worked out, completed, breakfast on the stove to perfection. He doesn't want to see you comfortable in the first 6 days. What I also think changed was
How does she get a waist like that, y'all? How does she get a waist like that? Just curious, because I don't think she's everything she's saying I agree with right now. I haven't seen it up past this point, but everything she's saying, um, it's saying Anton, you ain't with the 100, 100, 50, 50. I could talk about that after this.
as soon as you gave it up, and I'm not going to say the word, but I think when men have seg, they have something called clarity. I'm not going to say the other two words. And sometimes I think for them,
Waist trainers, body shapers, and rib removal. Jesus Christ.
after that situation, they realize, is this person who I really want to be with?
Yeah, she do sound like she from New York, ABL.
Not saying you're an ugly girl, not saying you're a bad person, but maybe he just got a sense like, I don't know if this is the person for me. And I think it's important to get a man emotionally attached first before you make a physical connection. I think that's very important. I'm not saying it always lasts when you have an emotional connection, but I would want him to be
I
hooked
feel you, Chef. I'm reading that shortly.
emotionally to me before he has my body, because he can have any woman if he has as much money as you says he does. If he was able to pay for all four of your tires, fly you out to here, leave the car there, leave you in his house, have a penthouse, there's probably 20 other girls on reserve.
Now, with all of that, shout out to Messy Mathematician. I love you, baby. I'm going to read that super chat shortly. Now, with all of the different stuff that she just said, and you look at this woman that's on the right hand side of your screen, with all of the stuff that this woman just said, because I don't think that she's really off on anything that she's saying. With everything that she's saying, with her New York accent, and then you look at the woman over here with the claws on the right hand of the screen, are you telling me that you gonna let this hoe, you flying her out, you giving her your Amex, and she gonna be in Louis Vuitton, she gonna be in Hermes, well, you gotta make an appointment to get in some of these places. She gonna be in Gucci, Chanel. A lot of y'all ain't never had a Chanel bag before, not in real life. Because most Chanel bags is going to cost somewhere between 7 and 10 bands. 7, 10, 11, 12, 13 bands. That's right there under the Hermes bag. You got Chanel and then you got Hermes. You ain't never even seen Chanel. You don't know nobody named Chanel. All the Chanels that you knew was buzz downs back in the day. You look at this woman on the right-hand side of the screen and you telling me that he leaving her car, flying her out, giving her the black Amex, and he letting her go Chanel, Prada, Gucci, Louis, Hermes? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You don't know Chanel. You don't know nobody named Chanel, baby. Not on the right-hand side of the screen. Nope. Nope.
While you were laying down, while he was wanted to be. So he says she showed up to the date. I'm just saying this particular guy who you're talking about. You came together pristine. Now you in the house eating popcorn, Netflix, hair up in a bun, and he don't want to see that. He doesn't want to see that.
Yeah.
I hate to say it,
I never
but
thought about that.
he want to see you done up. He had a long day. He want to see pretty to perfection, a little Barbie doll.
Facts.
Oh,
That's a
hey,
fact.
baby. How are you? Hello. I know that's not for everyone. I'm not saying you have to change for a man. I'm not saying you have to be that for a man.
Should be in
But
that.
if you want to date a certain type of man who has a certain type of status, who is a one percenter in the world, then honey, that's what comes with the territory. And from what it sounds like, he don't want you to snore in front of him. He don't want you to what? Fart in front of him. He
Facts.
don't want you to look tired, smelly, and not bathe in front of him. He's very particular. He wants you to be like a little Barbie doll.
That's a
It
fact.
got too you got too comfortable too quickly for him.
Mm.
And he had that clarity right after the seg. As soon as things again, P in clarity. As
Hey, as much as I like to hold these women accountable for bad advice, this woman is telling you 100% facts. I don't hear anything. And again, first time that she ever popped up on my algorithm was this video, and so I saved it for y'all. First time I ever seen it. And I don't know her. Her waist is wasting and all of that, and she got it bombing out and all of that, right? But in reality, she know about posting her clarity. She know about getting too comfortable. She know about all of that. And don't no guy want to be around that. A lot of guys accept it because they think that that's normal, and y'all have conditioned them to think that that's normal, but that's not cool. It's not normal. It's not normal. Mario Elliott, why is that bad advice? How is it bad advice? What type of women are you dealing with, and how comfortable do you make them around you? I'm just curious. I'm gonna pay attention to the chat. Let me play a little bit more of this.
soon as men have seg, they come to the realization. The thrill is there because they haven't done anything with you yet. And that's why you were so much more confident before you guys did anything, because you still had the power. You had the cookie. You didn't give him anything. So you still was like, I'm that girl. He ain't going nowhere. As soon as you gave it up, it's
I'm gonna get her. I don't want to just get her on the platform. I want her to come to the studio. Listen, this is where I want y'all sitting when y'all come to the studio. Right there. That's your spot. That's your spot right there. Right there. That's your spot when y'all come to the studio, ladies.
almost like you felt like you gave your power away.
Yeah.
I know not all women feel like this, but if you know you're not that girl, and I know you said you've been watching the videos, you gotta kind of play the game with with the small. You gotta play the game, not with the 1%. You can't
No,
jump
but
from
so this is
what.
it. This is
Nah, baby, you got to work your way up to the big leagues. You're not even big leaguing. She not ready for that. To keep talking about 1%. All these chicks want 1%ers. Y'all know what it takes to get with a 1%er. You know what life is like with a 1%er. I'm gonna tell you what life is like in a 1%er as soon as I watch the rest of this video.
like
Go
I
ahead.
normally date 1% white guys. Usually, this is the first time I ever dated a black man.
Most women don't even know what a 1% man look like. That, like they all just running around telling you that they in the 1%. She telling me, man, that's cap. This is all cap. This is 100% Capadonna. This is Capadonna. Wu Tang. Wu Tang. This is 100% cap. You telling me most women can't even find one guy in their lifetime that's interested in them, and you looking like a bugaboo, and you getting multiple white guys and Nigerians and every kid. Where are you meeting all of these guys from? Women are dying. I mean, listen, they will bend over backwards and they will jump off the front of the bridge in order to find themselves a 1% guy. She said that she's used to getting 1%ers in the white race and the black race, and she looking like a veggie tail. Come on, Lance, you know what's up. She looking like a veggie tail and she telling you that she used to getting in the 1%. Come on, family. I'm not going for that.
Man who's in 1%. And I feel like it's different.
Okay, I will say there's a different in culture, right? Or different in the way people are raised, but I think men are men, right? I think
Mhm.
men are men. They're black and white. Women, we have gray areas.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the game is the same, but the only thing that changes is the players. That's what I feel. All right, and I don't want you to stress yourself
Shout out to Class C. I'm reading your super chat shortly.
out about it. I think in this situation, to get your power back, when he said, "Oh, I don't think this is for me," the best thing you could have did was said nothing, packed up your bag, and walked out. C'est la vie.
Mm. Okay. Well, thank you so much for answering that question because I've been thinking about that for a long time. Like, should I call him or should I just let it go? So,
It's completely up to you, Patience. I mean, I feel like
Is that her name, Patience? Oh, God.
after the whole, you went off on him. It's like,
yeah.
and you said you were a feminine woman, and to him, feminine means you don't curse. You don't look. Your voice doesn't go above this octane right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
And you went up here. He said,
Yeah.
"Oh no."
Yeah. You know what? Like I said, I really do need to work on controlling my emotions. I feel like when he broke up with me, then it was just like I can say whatever because it's over. So, I can say what my feelings are. But I kind of regret doing that. And because somebody in the comments said she fumbled back, and I do feel like that. I feel like it's my fault and like I can salvage it, but I'm feeling like that's probably not true.
You can. I think. I mean, if you want, it's up to you, Patience. But I say if you could get one, you can get another. Will it be easy to find?
Cap, cap, Capadonna.
One percenters I think are a needle in a haystack. But I think
Facts.
if you've done it once, you can do it again. But the choice is yours. You get to decide what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
If you want to call him, if you don't want to call him. I'm not here to make that choice for you.
Talk to everyone, which is exactly why I just wanted to get outside of my head and get someone else's perspective. Thank you so much for listening to my whole story. That was a lot.
Patience. Thank you for
Thank
coming up and
you. Thank you.
sharing.
I appreciate
You're
you and all
welcome,
your
darling.
content.
You're welcome.
Bye.
I think a lot of girls needed to hear that because I think a lot of young women or women in general are watching videos on the internet on how to get with a rich man or a wealthy man or a man that is well to do. And you can't just jump in that game. You can't just watch a few of those videos and think you are emotionally ready. Don't
Rapping say she said she got to find a construction job. Look at this chick's waist, man. Look at this chick's waist. Yo.
think you are ready because somebody, he will pull your card very quickly. Very, very quickly, your card will be pulled. And after you are tied up like a pretzel in a very compromising position, like she said, you will find yourself on a couch eating popcorn. You walking in like, oh no, no.
I don't disagree with anything that she said. Not one thing that she said. I think that she's 100% on point. 100,000% on point. I don't disagree with anything that this Ashley chick said. So I'm gonna keep an eye on her to better understand whether or not she regularly gives good advice or not.